This is the third of 4 videos about the consonants in English. In episode 4, we learned about the first manner of articulation of consonants, plosives. In episode 5, we will learn about the next 2 manners of articulation. So, let's get started. The second and third manners of articulation are called fricatives and affricates. There are 4 pairs of fricatives, and there is also the phoneme h. Finally, there is 1 pair of affricates. In the pairs on the screen, the only difference between each phoneme is voicing. So on the left are the voiceless sounds, and on the right are voiced. I will now say the fricatives along with 2 example words. F, foal, loaf. V, valid, drove. F, thin, breath. V, this, breathe. S, sold, loss. Z, zip, fizz. Sh, shoe, fashion. J, measure, vision. H, heart, ahead. And here are the 2 affricates. Ch, church, watch. J, judge, wedge. Looking again at the table of consonants, you can see the fricatives and affricates. Remember that the places of articulation are along the top. Down the left side are the manners of articulation. Finally, if there are 2 consonants in the same box, the top consonant is voiceless and the bottom consonant is voiced. You can feel this if you touch your Adam's apple. Say a long f and then a long v. You can feel vibration for the voiced fricative v. Let's now look at definitions of these 2 types of consonant. To make fricatives, the lips, teeth, or tongue limit the airflow. This means that the air must be squeezed out through the small space between them. Therefore, the airflow never stops. This is very different from plosives, which do have a complete stop of air and then a sudden restart. On the other hand, affricates are a combination of a plosive and then a fricative immediately afterwards. This is why the IPA symbol for affricates, such as ch, contains a plosive symbol and then a fricative symbol. Remember that there are 9 fricatives in English. On the screen now, you can see their complete phonetic descriptions. Firstly, we describe the voicing. Secondly, their place of articulation, and finally, their manner of articulation. I will now say them. F is a voiceless labiodental fricative. V is a voiced labiodental fricative. Th is a voiceless dental fricative. Th is a voiced dental fricative. S is a voiceless alveolar fricative. Z is a voiced alveolar fricative. Sh is a voiceless post-alveolar fricative. J is a voiced post-alveolar fricative. H is a voiceless glottal fricative. So, we know that their manner of articulation is the same, because they are all fricatives. However, we can still put them into different groups, either based on voicing or on their place of articulation. In terms of voicing, f, s, sh, h are all voiceless, whereas v, th, z, zh are all voiced. In terms of place of articulation, f, v are both labiodental, th, th are both dental, s, z are both alveolar, sh, zh are both post-alveolar, and h is glottal. I should explain how h is made. To produce this sound, the two doors in the throat become slightly closer together. This causes vibration when air passes through them. And here are the complete phonetic descriptions for the two affricates in English. I'll now say them. Ch is a voiceless post-alveolar affricate, and j is a voiced post-alveolar affricate. Because they are a pair, their only difference is voicing. Now, please answer these questions. Please pause the video while you decide, and continue when you are ready. And here are the answers. Here are some minimal pairs. Fast, vast. Leaf, leave. First, thirst. Free, three. Seam, theme. Shoe, chew. Cash, catch. Share, chair. Jump, dump. Jeep, cheap. Joke, choke. Gym, limb. Aging, aiding. Wage, wave. Jet, yet. Range, reigned. Edge, etch. Stage, stayed. Now, I would like you to pause the video and say these minimal pairs yourself. Make sure each fricative and affricate sounds different. I'm sure you noticed that, in each pair, the voicing of one fricative or affricate has changed. As with the plosives, it can be difficult to hear exactly which fricative or affricate is used when it is at the end of the word. So, remember that the vowel is often shorter before a voiceless consonant and longer before a voiced consonant. For example, leaf, leave, leaf, leave. I hope you can hear that the vowel is shorter in leaf and longer in leave. Now, it's your turn to do some practice. In this exercise, I will say 10 sentences, and you need to decide whether the correct answer is A or B. Let's go. One. Isn't this a good prize? 2. There's something in my ice. 3. Is he busy? 4. What were you washing? 5. Did Jack eat much? 6. What does path mean? 7. Did you say the number is 3? 8. The news brought her great pressure. 9. Did you see the frame? 10. We didn't expect such a southern wind. And here are the answers. This is the end of episode 5 in chapter 1. In episode 6, we will learn about the final 2 manners of articulation, nasals and approximants. Thank you for watching.